stormwater management and reducing plastic bags in our waterways. What are the next steps to advancing the district's environmental programs, the Green Jobs Council's recommendations, and energy efficiency? Councilmember.
Well, again, let me refer to my economic development plan, in which we established a commitment to a green initiative. And that is taking the green building standards that were passed by the council 2 years ago and will become effective for every new building that is over 50,000 square feet in the District of Columbia, that will become effective in 2012, and making sure that we take this forward-thinking legislation and ensure that it is implemented effectively in this city as we move forward. Secondly, we established in the council about 1.5 years ago a sustainable energy unit. And the idea was, the utility, the idea was to begin to innovate, to experiment with alternative sources of energy. We established a Sustainable Energy Trust Fund, in which money was taken from your utility bills and invested in this fund. Up until about 6 months ago, we had almost $20 million in it. The current administration took those dollars out and put them into the fiscal year 11 budget. The council has restored some of that money, but that's the kind of innovation that we need in order to be able to move our city forward into alternative sources of energy. Secondly, the council also adopted legislation for PACE bonds. What are PACE bonds? These are revenues that will be available to people in the District of Columbia to be able to borrow in order to create alternative sources of energy in their own home. Solar and other sources of energy. $250 million in bonds. I promise you that we will hire the program administrator, which has been delayed for more than a year, to be able to start to move that process forward. I think it's obvious that we've got the framework at this stage for moving forward, but we need the leadership in order to implement those standards that we have on this stage. Thank you.
Mayor Fenty, same question to you. The next steps to advancing the environmental programs for the district, Green Council jobs, recommendations, and efficiency.
Thank you. The Sustainable Energy Trust Fund. We've been working with the Washington Interfaith Network, and our commitment is that we will use between $10 and $20 million of that fund to do weatherization on homes. And the Washington Interfaith Network has a plan which we endorse, which we believe can have up to 100% of the people who are actually going to be doing the weatherization be DC residents. So in one fell swoop, we'll be able to create a better, more healthier, greener environment, making homes much more environmentally sound, while employing thousands of people, up to 2,000 people literally could be hired each year to work on this, all DC residents. DC made a lot of good progress over the past couple years. That we've done, I think, literally thousands of home energy audits, and with funding available, we've been able to help people make changes to their homes accompanying those audits. We've also become a real leader on not just growth around transit-oriented sites, but also alternatives to cars. Everywhere I go, people let me know how appreciative they are about our Department of Transportation and the laying down of bike lanes literally everywhere. It's only about a mile, but the fact that we were able to lay down bicycle lanes on Pennsylvania Avenue, I think, sent a signal to the world that in this country, in this city, that we're committed to getting people out of cars. Around this neighborhood and others, we've been doing some fantastic building around metro stations. circulators